Beach. For years, it's been dazzling the world with, among other things, its glamorous stage productions. I'm Karen Kelly.
And I'm Jerry Penacoli. And in a moment on Channel 4's PM Magazine, we're going to board the SS Norway to join a Fort Lauderdale choreographer in action. Now, Jean Ann Ryan met one of the biggest challenges of her career when she created this floating extravaganza.
Also tonight on Channel 4's PM Magazine, we'll meet a woman with a unique love for birds. She shares her home with hawks and eagles.
In our departments this evening, Chef Tell shows the fine points of selecting South Florida fresh fish.
Dr. Jim Waska reveals some foods that cause headaches. And Irene Richard takes us for a behind-the-scenes look at Dade County's mosquito control unit. Ready? 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, go, and 1.
The woman who teaches these Fort Lauderdale dance students began dancing herself for a living 15 years ago. That's when she was 15 years old. Now, that's quite an accomplishment for a young girl. And Jean Ann Ryan grew up singing, dancing, and acting in Broadway and Las Vegas shows. Now, that's an accomplishment for any entertainer. Well, today, Jean Ann can say she's had a lot to do with one of the most successful, high-stepping showcases of entertainment, not in New York, not in Hollywood, not even in Vegas, but out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
5, 6, 5, 6, ready, and 1.
They come to Fort Lauderdale from all over to learn dance from this 5'3" powerhouse of energy. And why shouldn't they? Jean Ann Ryan has worked with the best. She's performed on the same stage with dancing great Ann Miller, as well as Vincent Price, Ann Blythe, and Sergio Franchi. She's put together star-studded shows for the Sahara Hotel and the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. She's choreographed extravaganzas for the Burt Reynolds Dinner Theater. She even taught Dick Van Dyke how to dance for a series of television commercials. The list goes on and on. Yep, Jean Ann Ryan has accomplished a lot for a 30-year-old accounting major from Cincinnati. But what she does in this Fort Lauderdale dance studio is nothing compared to what she does when she really goes to work. These performers left the entertainment capitals of the world, Vegas, New York, to entertain on a world-class cruise ship, the SS Norway, the largest ship of its kind afloat today. Some took the job so they could call the beautiful Caribbean their backyard for a while, but most knew the training they would receive from Jean Ann Ryan would be invaluable.
1 count. I will give them all of myself and more, because what I want them to see what I have.
The jar. The Jean Ann Ryan step. Her individual touch. I've never seen that step before, and when she told me that I was going to be doing that, I just looked at her like, you've got to be kidding. Bring in the steps.
What brought on that kind of reaction from a then hopeful performer is simple. This show, appropriately called Sea Legs, is one tough show to do. It's a musical review of dance and song from the can-can of the turn of the century right up through the dazzling disco of today. Sea Legs is a difficult show to do, not only because of the varied dance steps, but don't forget, folks, we're on the high seas, and because of the ship's movement, the dancers don't know if their next step will be where it should be. When the SS Norway made its maiden voyage from Germany in 1980, Jean Ann Ryan was asked to transform this area, which was just a simple platform, into a theater befitting a high-energy Las Vegas show. A year ago, this scene was a mere dream. The SS France, which became the SS Norway, used this theater for movies. Jean Ann was hired to literally create a show here. She was responsible for every detail, specifications of a new stage, what lighting and sound systems to use, what words were going to be sung, who was going to sing them, what costumes they'd wear, and of course, every single step they would dance. In other words, Jean Ann Ryan became the writer, producer, director, choreographer, and costume designer of a full-scale floating musical extravaganza, which, by the way, cost $3 million.
It is one of the achievements that I'm most proud of.
But it's the kind of pride that comes only after knowing she's getting the very best from her dancers. She's rehearsing them for tonight's big finale, and she's rehearsing them hard.
Point your feet. You've got to point your feet. Stress your feet on the left, press over the shoulder, toss the head, and look out to the audience. I care about them, and I know when I've pushed them too far, and I know when I have to stop. But I will push them to that point first.
The demands that she makes, the high energy level that's required for this show, has made me a stronger dancer.
She's given me something that I couldn't have found anywhere else.
I don't want them to disappoint me. I want them to do exactly what I think they're capable of doing. So I will go in quite hard because I'm waiting for them to prove themselves. When they do, I love them.
Now, you would think the Sea Legs Company would get enough exercise just with all that rehearsing. Nope, they get a kick out of keeping in shape for the stage out here on deck by taking karate lessons. On their days off, of course.
Half hour to curtain.
And finally, after all their effort and sweat.
And remember the counts, watch the conducted ending, and have a good show.
Cannons away, you guys. Have a good show, everybody.
Energy up!
Lots of energy!
Most performers would be lucky to have trained with a good choreographer or a good director, or perhaps a really good producer or costume designer. But these performers will leave the SS Norway knowing they've gotten a taste of all those worlds in one woman, Jean-Ann Ryan, who not only gave them their sea legs, but is charting their courses to success in one of the most sensational shows afloat.
There are people who can't do it, or there are people who think they can't do it, and you have to change them and show them that they can. And there's enormous reward when it's finished, and you sit back and you go, yes, I knew you could do that, and you did.